From a young age, Miguel O'Hara was groomed to be a super genius, and by the time he was an adult, he was easily one of the brightest minds in the world.
And he put that big brainy brain to use by working on gene technology. Love me some denim.
Miguel even had a pet project of trying to recreate the DNA of the Spider-Man of the past. This is in the future, by the way, using both human and actual spider DNA.
Then he got all mad and tried to quit after he was forced to start testing on a live human.
I don't really see what he was mad about. I mean, this is science.
Well, turned out Miguel's boss, who is secretly his dad thanks to some good old adultery, wasn't very happy about Miguel trying to quit. So he slipped a drug into Miguel's drink that would alter his DNA, causing him to rely on it for the rest of his life, making it so that Miguel could never quit or he would die from the withdrawal.
And tell me, how do you think Miguel would possibly try to remedy this issue?
DNA altering machine!
Exactly. Miguel tried to revert back to a copy of his own DNA before the drug addiction took over, and it probably would have worked out great.
Yeah, except he accidentally got the Spider-Man DNA he'd been working on, so bonus! Instead of just simply curing his drug addiction, Miguel was transformed into Spider-Man.
But not quite the Spider-Man you and I know. Miguel's spider DNA has given him talons, fangs, and spinnerets in his forearms. Despite their similarities, Peter Parker and Miguel O'Hara are drastically different superhumans.
And Miguel is way cooler in some areas. I mean, his spinner thingies actually produce real spider silk that shoots out of his arms. That's way better than just having that silly little string cartridge on your wrist. But you couldn't convince Miguel of that. This guy hated his newfound powers and thought of them as a curse.
And while he doesn't have exactly the same power set as Peter Parker, such as his spider sense, he does have superhuman strength, superhuman speed, and enhanced senses.
So why does this guy complain about having spider powers? I want some spider DNA.
Well, I can't give you that, but I could probably whip up a drug that could end your dependency on alcohol. Kind of a anti-cocktail cocktail.
Oh, you think I'm dependent on alcohol? Alcohol is dependent on me. No, seriously, I purchased 3% of the world's whiskey, so yeah.
How do you even afford that?
Did I say purchase? That's a strong word.
Well, I guess you gotta save that money for your first subscription. Speaking of which, come back next week for the full episode of Batman Beyond vs. Spider-Man 2099.